What is going on, everybody? Welcome back here to the channel. I'm Sean Davis. Who told you that the NBA was falling off a cliff? Who told you that the league was broken? We have now gotten banger after banger after banger, and the Lakers win game 2, 94-85. The banger at the banger bar was for the playoffs in general. But Lakers win 94-85. Lakers offense made us sweat a little bit in the second half, and good God, we'll talk about that. Got some stuff. I mean, Hachimura had to go to a face mask in the second half of this game. But regardless, Lakers pull out the win. As always, I'm joined by my guy, Corban Ford. Make sure you guys follow him on Twitter at CorbanNBA. Corban, my man, it's 1-1. Going back to Minnesota. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. We said this was a must win, and it has been. And it was, right? And the Lakers, they did what they had to do. They came out with the energy that we expected in game one, to be honest with you. But they really came out with that requisite energy, effort, made big plays. Like you said, got a little tight toward the end there. But for the most part, that shot in the mouth was the one to do it. And just enough sustained runs to really keep the edge for LA. So I was impressed. I was hyped after the first quarter, even when I knew that inevitable Minnesota run would happen. I was still hyped after the second, and then third and fourth, we were just holding on. But guess what? We held on.
Yeah, the Lakers did hold on. We do not have the Lakers' estimated shot quality. It just felt like, and I'll talk about this in a second.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like the Lakers really just underperformed their shot quality. Like there were some shots that the Lakers had in this game where I'm like, oh, that's unfortunate. Like Bron specifically had a lot of clean looks that he just wasn't able to really hit. Let's go to the box score really, really quickly here before we dive into some of the stuff from this game. While I'm pulling up, guys, I'm my guy Crandall Speak Basketball on the pod to talk about this series and break this one all down. Film breakdown after this game as well. That'll probably drop Thursday, so tomorrow, and then we'll have another preview. Game 3 is on Friday. Luka Doncic, 31 points, 12 boards, 9 assists, 9 of 20, 11 free throws, made all 11. The Lakers actually, as a team, now that I'm seeing it, perfect 20 for 20. What? From the free throw line. LeBron, 21 points. Also, Luka, really quickly, team high, plus 12 in 42 minutes of action. LeBron, 21 points, 11 boards, 7 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 turnovers. That's a big deal for the Lakers tonight, really quickly. The Lakers, 3 big things that we kind of touched on at some point throughout the last video, previewing game 2, was 1, the Lakers had to do a better job on the glass in general. The overall glass, Lakers won 41 to 34. The offensive glass, the Lakers won. It was split 9-9. And if we did, Dorian Finney-Smith 2 offensive rebounds. Bron led the team with 3 offensive rebounds. Mike Conley that had a weird 3 offensive rebounds for the Timberwolves, but they held Rudy Gobert to 1 offensive rebound. They held Jaden McDaniels to 2 offensive rebounds. That's Naz Reid 1 offensive rebound. That's huge. The second thing we talked about was the Lakers' turnovers. In 2 of the 4 regular season matchups, might have been 3 of the 4 regular season matchups, the Lakers had 20-plus turnovers. Tonight, they only had 12. And in game 1, the Timberwolves blitzed the Lakers in transition. They had 25 fast break points. Tonight, in transition, Lakers' defense was spectacular. The Timberwolves had 12 transition offensive possessions. They had a 0.833 points per possession in transition tonight. So, great job by the Lakers in those 3 categories. And then really quickly, rounding out the stats, Austin Reeves, 7 for 14, 16 points, 5 boards, 5 assists. Did they account those like Bron? Oh, wait, never mind. Those lobs to Bron weren't turnovers. They were just bad passes. 0 for 6 from 3. Jackson Hayes honestly deserved to only get 9 minutes tonight. He was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Right after I praised
the second night, right?
Dorian Finney-Smith, big minutes off the bench. Game, big minutes off the bench. Really quickly for the Timberwolves, literally the only players that showed up were and Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle. Anthony Edwards had no assists tonight.
I was going to bring that up. Him and Conley. The one with the most assists was Julius Randle with 6.
Yeah.
The next most was Nickeil Alexander-Walker with 3. That's wild. That's none for Ants. Amazing. It's my fault. 1 for Conley, 2 for DiVincenzo. Like, that's great.
Yeah. And some of this is just the fact that Minnesota shot 5 of 25 from 3.
Yeah.
But I also
Lakers
think the
didn't do
Lakers
much better.
Yeah, Lakers, I was going to get to that for sure.
Yeah.
I think the Lakers also made just a more concerted effort to, make sure we are there on the catch. We're not pump faking not pump faking. We're not jumping at the shooters. We're just arriving on the catch and making the play off the catch and making a decision. Lakers win game 2. Corbin, what's kind of your biggest takeaway from this game 2 win?
I would say the intensity was there. The urgency was there. You could tell. From the first quarter, the Lakers' rotations were crisp. They were flying around defensively. You could tell they were expending a lot of energy there, but it was working. You were getting guys in foul trouble. Dante DiVincenzo, was getting into foul trouble. Anthony, like other guys were really having to deal. Not Anthony Edwards, sorry. Jay McDaniels, Julius Randle, Naz Reid. Like, these Timberwolves were getting into foul trouble. And one thing I noticed is when Minnesota, when they're rattled, whether it's because the defense is turned up to another level against them or their shots aren't going down, they don't play as disciplined. They play dumber,
Yeah. I saw somebody else make a similar take today. Yeah, I'm like, it was pretty noticeable.
It was funny because even that last 3 that Luka made to close out, or not close out to a quarter, to like call a timeout, they were up by like 15. He had 14 points at the time. It was great ball movement by the Lakers, but ridiculous rotations by the Wolves. Like, overcompensating. One, flying. Luka walked to a wide open, hold the pose, stretch out 3.
Yep.
And this happened again and again. Like, Dante DiVincenzo, like, put an elbow out trying to get a foul. And the funny thing is, refs did call a foul till, JJ Redick challenged it, but put an elbow out and extended it on Vando, drew his third foul. Like, the Wolves just kind of were shocked almost by the intensity and aggressiveness of the Lakers, that they kind of recoiled a bit and played a little bit like we said, a little slower, a little not in rhythm. By the time they finally were able to kind of patch together a couple of good possessions, Terrence Shannon Jr. had some good minutes. The defense tightened up for Minnesota. By the time that really all came together, the Lakers were in just enough of a groove that it didn't matter, even though it did get pretty tight.
Yeah. I think I'm glad you touched on the intensity piece really quickly, because I had a tweet about this on X, specifically talking about LeBron and LeBron's jumper after he hit the first 3. And he had a walk you down midi pull against Nas, I want to say, in the first half as well. After that, so specifically in the second half, that jumper was broke as hell in the second half. He wound up shooting 0 for 6 from 3. I forgot I'm sharing it still. He shot 1 for 5 from 3. Austin shot 0 for 6 from 3. That's where I got 0 for 6 from. Braun was 8 for 19. But this is like a great game from Braun, and I'll tell you why, Corbin.
Yeah, I'm interested.
LeBron anchored the defense. Like, LeBron's activity and awareness, and I think if you talk about the awareness and the flying around, I think, and I've talked about this with my guy Tyler on the Hoop Venue podcast. Go check that out as well, guys, who want more NBA content from me. That the Lakers have their lone, like, I'm not even gonna say they're lone. No, they're lone. Their biggest and arguably their lone defensive quality is their ability to rotate. But it starts with LeBron, honestly, being engaged and active early. And he was engaged and active the entire night, flying around on the defensive glass. He had 8 defensive rebounds, which is second only to Luka. I want to give Luka a lot of credit too. Luka was also flying around. But again, it starts with Braun. Luka and Braun combined for 23 rebounds as a duo. The Timberwolves starting 5 as a unit was at 8, 14, 20, 26. The Timberwolves starting 5 as a unit had 26 rebounds total. LeBron and Luka had 23 by themselves. So the ability to just fly around, be active early, be a good low man as a helper. I thought he switched on a Nas a couple times and held his own. I don't think he got matched up with Ant a ton. You don't need him to. I think his intensity was huge. And I made another tweet really quickly talking about the scoring output. 2 things. One, I think himself specifically, I think he's actually really underperforming his shot quality right now. Like, Synergy has Synergy has his points per shot attempt at 0.89. I would expect that by the time that like Synergy fully processes everything, that his expected points per shot attempt, which is why I said shot quality, his expected points per shot attempt would be like 1 point something. Because I think Bron's got like legitimately great looks in this game, but he's just missing. And then the second thing is in regards to LeBron's scoring output. I wouldn't be surprised if the Lakers win this series, and almost regardless of who they play going forward, LeBron just like has good scoring series. Like Minnesota has the combination of size, speed, and athleticism to bother 40-year-old LeBron James, to bother in air quotes. Like I said, he's just missing some good looks. But they can throw Jalen with the pressure and with the speed and the lateral quickness. They can throw Randall at him with the physicality and like the bruiserness in Julius Randle. They can throw Rudy, who's lengthy and can keep up in space against 40-year-old Bron. Like they just have a bunch of different matchups they can throw at Bron. Whereas like a Golden State, their best bet is like Jimmy Butler, probably, or maybe Draymond. But both of those guys are going to be better off in help in a series against the Lakers. So sorry for the rant there, but I think Bron's going to be fine. If anything, this game's kind of reassured me a little bit more that Bron's going to be fine.
You know, I didn't feel that way before you made your case, but now that you did, I am swayed to believe that. I do think when the shot comes back around in general, like the 3-ball, you know, they had a rough shooting night game 1. He was 1 of 5 last night or tonight rather. So yeah, when that comes back, it'll be a lot better. But even the way you brought it up, how engaged he's been in the room for upside there, yeah, I can believe that.
Shout out Rui too. I think Rui was also like noticeably solid. Just making extra efforts, being good in the team defense construct. Shout out Rui. He had 11 points, 5 rebounds. The Lakers starting 5 is shot 3 for 21 from 3 tonight. Like,
wow.
I feel like we're due for a like not necessarily Timberwolves game 1, although that'd be effing fantastic. I feel like we're due for a Lakers magnet ball performance at some point.
Oh yeah, no, you would think the Lakers upside there when it comes to shooting. A few guys can get red hot. Austin hit one all night. You know, 2 of 8 for Luka. Obviously brought LeBron. You saw some of the ancillary players. Rui didn't hit one at all. Like, yeah, if those guys click, absolutely.
Yeah, DFS hit 1. Gabe hit 2. Shout out Gabe, man. Gabe's just a winner. Any other takeaways here from game 2?
The Lakers proved they could win a rock fight. They proved they could win an ugly game. They proved they could win a game that gets in the muck, you know, and that was what I thought. Neither team cracked 100, obviously, but the Lakers defense able to hold Minnesota to under 90, and they were able to eke out just enough possessions, just enough scrap plays on defense and on offense. You know, LeBron made a strip on Ant on one end, took it coast to coast against 2 Lakers on the other end. Like plays like that. Yes, exactly. That showed the Lakers, you know, they may not be best at that, but if it's time to, you know, get in the mud and get down and dirty there, they can do that as well.
Yeah, I think, and that's a good point. You know, the playoffs so far are not so far. The playoffs in general is like who can win different styles of games. And I think the Lakers in these rock fights, and this was one of the biggest reasons why I picked the Lakers to win the series ultimately in 6 or 5, whatever, is because I thought if a game if it became a rock fight, I trust the Lakers to be able to bring a I was about to make a bad analogy. I'm not John Morant, guys. So use your imagination and picture where I was going with that. I think the Lakers can outman the Timberwolves in those scenarios due to just their clutch time offense. And I think to even that extent with Bron getting the steal in transition, that's a big possession. Again, they were not getting that in game 1.
No.
And I do think that's a good point as well. For the love of God, JJ, Tim, my guy Tim's gonna like freaking crash out watching and like charting these games. Can we get a full game of like the offense actually being sustained and actually being ran at a high level? Like, no coincidence, Lakers had their best scoring quarter when they were running the most set attacks, which we talked about. We talked about the difference between set attacks and organized offense. Can we like please like keep running set attacks? I don't understand it.
Yeah. No, that generates the best action. It makes the most productive, right? So I definitely am with you on that for sure.
All righty. So That's good. Just a quick reaction video, guys. Lakers tie up the series 1-1. Game 3 is on Friday. At some point, if you guys are interested, we might do a playback watch party. I don't want to talk too much because my face is a mess right now. Sciences are a mess right now. You guys get what I'm saying. But we'll have a bunch of great content for you guys coming up in the next couple of days, leading into Game 3 and then after Game 3, obviously. Make sure you guys follow Corbin on Twitter at Corbin NBA. Go check out the Indie Basketball podcast. Follow me on X/Twitter at Sean_DABI. And that'll do it for us today here, guys. Go Lake Show. We're going to Minnesota. See you guys next time. Peace out.